Great morning, fellow traders. This is Austin. It is Wednesday, March 13th. It's currently 8:14 a.m. Eastern Time. Um, Price action is just doing the usual whip spiking around in the pre-market. I don't trade the pre-market that much. There has to be, a really crisp setup for me to do that. These days, the market's so thin and the algos are so rampant that it's a roll of dice. So anyway, sitting tight until nearer the opening bell, unless I see something textbook set up, which doesn't exist just this moment. We have a weekly inventory report at 10:30 Eastern, so the two zones I'm looking to trade is near the 9 a.m. to around 10 a.m. and then I'll leave the 10 a.m. to the 10:30 slot alone for new entries. If I happen to be in a trade, I'll manage it accordingly, but new entries, no. And then from say 10:32 onwards to about noon or past is another sweet spot. So that's what we have pending for today. Looking for a trade anytime now if I see something crisp, especially focused from 10:32 onwards. It is 8:15. Okay, so far the oil inventory report session has been similar to yesterday, inside of a 35-cent range past the um, reflex up here. So anyway, 93.20 to 92.80 plus inside of a 40-point box. We have our first action point in hours. That would be the sell side of 92.90, and then that's looking down to about 92.40, 92.30, and then up would be above 93.10 somewheres, and then past current session highs. So just watching grass grow and paint dry and all those other mixed metaphors. 11:39. Alrighty then, 11:45. We finally have some movement out of congestion.
Order
And I'm
canceled.
going
Order
to
pending.
trail there to scratch. And again, we're looking at prices targeting 92.50, and then there's some overlaps in the 92.40 zone. And the roadmap is down around 92.30, which is basically where the congestion is. Around 92.30, 37, 39. So anyway, I'd be looking to aggressively exit at 92.40 or better. I'll settle for less, however. So that's what we're pointing towards. It's been hours of nothingness, and then the first action point of the day. Again, when we work with our two trigger charts, the 5-minute chart that we're looking at here means nothing other than general reference, and the trigger charts I'm looking at, the first time they have agreed for the morning is this 92.90 zone which we're in. So see how it unfolds. 11:46. Okay, 11:58. Price, of course, traded through the open range and then did the obligatory pullback to the exact cent. I mean, how often do we see that? Every time. And they should be headed to 92.30, or like we said, somewhere just slightly above. So 92.30 would be the next mark. They did, before the inventory report, they traded up to this warning track, and then that's the other warning track. So they did that, came back inside, below, pulled back, da-da-da. I'm looking for 30 cents minimum, preferably 40 or 50, and then call it a day. It's just been mostly dead air. Nothing happened at all from the inventory report onward. It's been an extremely quiet session, just like it's been extremely quiet in the E-minis. The S&P is in a zero range. It's just untradeable. So that's what we have. Nothing more to say than awaiting execution. Either stopped out for scratch or stopped out for gains. Noon on the dot. Okay, sit, watch, and wait for hours, and then in mere seconds everything happens. Price has, we're going to trail to one tick just in case. Price has whipped down 50 cents in favor and just another algo slam. You know, you sit and
Order
wait and sit and
filled.
wait, boom, there it is. So that's pretty much the day. One fell swoop, and this is not unusual in inventory. Here's the inventory report, like we
Stop
talked about.
filled.
Oh, they're still diving now. There's the inventory report, and we had nothing. We could not get a dual confirm on our two trigger charts, which is the idea. Now, if I had been trading one or the other, I would have been chopped. But in trading both, when you're waiting for the dual confirm, you don't get chopped nearly as much. Now, by no means am I going to say that you get no chop. What in the heck happened here?
Order filled.
Huh. Oh, I see. I had an automated stop. Well, I'll live with that. Okay, so I slipped 30 cents. I had a buy order staged, or well, let me explain this, then I'll explain the other. And I'm glad I watched that. I have an automated stop in place so that when it's entered, it gives me an automatic minus 10-cent stop, and then I canceled that and I readjusted the stop. But when I do that and the trade exits, it places a reverse order. That's so what you just saw. There was a technical glitch in the way I have my automated stop settings on the advanced application. If you're running the full version NinjaTrader, which obviously I do, then you can automate your stops. You can actually have trailed stops that chase price and so on. It's a good thing I didn't walk away because it had an order going the opposite direction, and that could have erased everything. Anyway, where was I? Okay, so this is oftentimes what happens in the inventory report, and the reason why we're using the quick strike mode, which is dual filtration, because when you have two different semi-correlated, similar but not exact trigger charts, and you wait for a confirm on both of them, in other words, we're trading the logic of both, then you're filtering out most of the chop, not all of it. And so that's essentially what kept us sitting today for such dead space, waiting for the opportunity. Like we said in the pre-market, prime time on Wednesdays is from 10:32 or 10:35 onwards, and that's how it went. So that is a wrap for today. I think we're doing well so far for the week. No complaints. We have 2 sessions left, and we will look to make it happen. Hope this helps. I will see you tomorrow, which is Thursday. And as always, best trading wishes.
Order canceled. Order pending. Order filled. Stop filled. Order filled.